Let's talk about BBC's 6-Minute English about flexitarianism.
Great.
How do you define flexitarianism? Here it is.
For me, it is really interesting. Besides that, it is really helpful. It makes sense because since recent time I'm always interested in about diets, and so for me it is very actual.
So why are you interested in diets?
Oh, because I don't want to overweight. That's first reason, but second reason, I think meat, it is not healthy food. Of course, we are humans and we are predators as well.
Yeah.
And we naturally, as we must to eat meat.
Yeah.
We must to eat meat. But who knows? Maybe it is a bias. Maybe it is bias.
Yeah. I know that I feel better when I eat protein. And you don't have to eat meat to get protein, but it seems like it's the most efficient way. So let's look at the vocabulary quickly, and then we can look at the transcript of the conversation too. Yeah. So in case people are wondering, this is a 6-minute podcast about being a flexitarian, which is a diet based on eating mostly plant-based foods and only occasionally eating meat.
Yeah, it's who knows? It is we're just accustomed to eat meat every day, and especially if we will talk about my people, nomadic people, who lives who always lives keeping sheep and cows, and but maybe this is time to change. Change life.
Maybe if they're moving all the time, maybe meat is for them because they need that energy to move. But if they're no longer moving and they're living in a city, maybe eating meat all the time is not the best choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, okay, do you want to read about what ethical is?
Ethical. Doing something for ethical reasons means doing it as a moral choice because you believe it is the right thing to do. Actually, ethical subject is new for people, because ethic grows out from how to say, water and by religion maybe. And so every nation, every people, every country has their own ethical rules.
Yes, right.
So, but every religion says be kind,
Mhm.
be polite, and everything will give you what you seed.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm. And it is somewhat cultural, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
There's a phrase here, a combination of measures, which means a number of different actions. And so we can use combination even with food. I eat a combination of vegetables and grains
Mhm.
and together. Um,
Mhm.
so
Actually, this phrase makes me puzzled.
oh,
I
good.
yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Combination measures. I tried to use Google and to translate it, but I think it didn't give me um, correct meaning as I want. I would like uh, to have more examples
Yeah, okay. Let's
that.
think about it. Um, so if a person wants to grow their own food, for example, if you want to, that's kind of a trend here in North America, that people are living on their little farms and they grow their own food. Oh, that reminds me, um, like, do you have a dacha?
Do you have a dacha?
Yeah.
In Russian, dacha?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I have no dacha because I live on the ground and
Yeah.
it is private house.
Yes, yes. So when a person wants to grow their own food, like in a dacha, then they take a combination of measures to grow their own food. For example, they might have fruit trees, they might have chickens, a
Mhm.
garden. So that's a combination of measures to grow their own
Mhm.
food.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
different actions
Mm.
for a,
Let me explain. If you, if I wanted to grow out potatoes, for example, first of all, I need to prepare soil.
yes.
Uh, I I use shovel
Mm-hmm.
to dig ground. After that, I don't know how to say um, that's kind of
Rate?
uh,
Yeah.
rate. Yeah. Rate. Uh-huh.
Ground smooth.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. To how uh, um, to make flat and smooth, and after that I seed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I do seed uh,
Plant seed.
and watering these whole actions. This entire actions called combinations
Yeah.
of measures. Really,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you could say, I used a combination of measures to
Mm-hmm.
begin growing potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use it in so many different ways. You could use it in education. You can use it in business, manufacturing. Just it's just a general term for a number of steps
Mm-hmm.
that you take to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to, when we look at the transcript, we'll see where they used it and how they used it in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
the next one is ambitious.
Ambitious, impressive, and out of the ordinary. Mhm.
Yeah,
Ambitious.
when we say out of
Yeah.
the ordinary, those words all come together. Out of the
Mhm.
ordinary.
out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah, we don't say
out of the ordinary.
The ordinary. We say out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I should repeat it in normal times.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Uh-huh.
So ambitious.
Ambitious, it means when a person has their high goals, and always high goals. For example, if I am studying at the university, I have ambitions to get how to say high level of diploma. High level of diploma, maybe. He always charged to how to say to be in first place, at the first place.
Using a lot of energy.
Yeah, using a lot of energy.
You know, I have an example sentence with ambitious. When I saw your Facebook page, I thought to myself, this is an ambitious person. I would like to.
Wow, really?
Crazy. You're a crazy person. So the next one is survey the literature. So
survey the literature.
Previously published scientific research. So that's so easy to do now with the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
We can. It's just so efficient and easy. And then we can look at, but we have to be careful because not the information is accurate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We should do. We should to refer only how to say used resources. How to say verified
resources. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Verified resources.
Yeah. Okay, the last one, you can do it. A luxury.
Luxury, a food that we really like, but we only have rarely because it's expensive, rare, and or bad for our health. And yeah, that's true. For example, in our place, in my country, it is to eat lobsters. It is really luxury because we have no sea around us, and to bring to bring into, can I say, to bring into my place lobsters, it is very expensive. It demand to use airplane.
Yes.
And it became expensive.
Yes, it becomes expensive.
Luxury becomes.
Same here. And then in this podcast, they use luxury regarding food, but luxury can be, you can have luxury cars, luxury homes, clothing, luxury clothing. Yeah, so in this case, they're talking about food.
Yeah.
Let's go down. Do you want to talk about, do you want to be Neil and I'll be Catherine, and we can do a few lines?
Oh, sorry?
Do you want to read Neil's lines and I will read Catherine's lines, and we can do a few, a little dialogue here with their words?
Yeah, we can do little dialogues.
Yeah, sure. We can just read what they read.
Yeah.
Said. Yeah. Do you want to start here with Catherine? You want to start there?
Yeah, why not? I can be Catherine. Why not?
Okay, you be Catherine, I'll be Neil. Catherine,
Yeah.
are you a flexitarian?
Where is it?
So you're here, no.
No, I'm not actually religious, Neil.
It's not a religion, it's a diet. It means mainly eating plant-based foods and only occasionally eating meat.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Well, I don't eat too much meat, so I am kind of the way to luxuryism.
So on the way to,
Oh, sorry. Flexitarianism.
yeah,
Flexitarianism.
yeah. So on the way to is a phrasal verb.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not a phrase. Anyway, it's a phrase. And we can use that phrase in a concrete way, like I'm on the way to the store, which means I'm going to the store. But we can use it in an abstract way too. You know, I'm on the way to better living. I'm on the way to healthy choices,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. So, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Some people don't eat meat for ethical reasons. That means that for them, it's wrong to eat meat. It's wrong that animals should be killed for our food. But one of the reasons for being flexitarian and only eating meat once in a while is for the benefit of the planet. According to a recent report, being flexitarian is healthier for the individual, but it can also help to fight climate change. Before we look in more detail at this topic, a question. Do you like peppers, Catherine?
Yes, I do. Is that correct?
Let's move down a little bit because they just talk about a funny little quiz. We can go to, let's read this page and then we'll, oh, this is interesting. In this podcast, they play a recording of another person. So we can just take turns reading it. Well, you'll have to wait a bit to find out. I'll have the answer later in the program. Now, Dr. Marco Springman is from the University of Oxford and was one of the lead authors of a major report that looked at the global food system and how it affects the climate. On the BBC Today program, he talked about what changes would be needed. Does he mention just one thing?
We really found that a combination of measures would be needed to stay when environmental limits and those inclusive changes towards healthier, more plant-based diets. Ambitious technological improvements and changes is limiting farming management and a reduction of food loss and waste.
Food loss.
Food loss and waste.
So that's a number of measures, isn't it? It's a combination of 4 or 5 things. Yeah. So a reduction of food loss and waste. What do you think that means?
Reduction of food loss and waste. It is an issue that people consider to reduce waste of food, that to to use food and rationally. Can I say so?
Yeah,
rationally.
that's perfect. Yeah. So in your country or in the area where you live, is there food waste?
Yeah, of course. But I think yes, of course. But I think we can use more rationally, and if we take some special rules for using foods and informal ethical rules for every, not only for government, for families, for small community, some kind of community, and of course we can use food more rationally, because it is not good to how to say to waste food. Yeah,